True story. We walked by the guy who works at the hotel while they were walking me to the stage with my best bud. He didn't even pay us any mind, but I was like, he's totally looking at that man. Looked at me, looking up and down. It's hard to be beautiful.
Or so I've read.
Some of the ladies are jealous.
How many of you attended the karaoke function last night? Well attended. How many of you enjoyed the karaoke function last night? And this is important, this is honesty, we need to be honest with each other. How many of you paid slightly for your participation in the karaoke event last night? Some of you. Some of you lied. You really lied.
Yeah, we were here first thing this morning. There were at least empty seats. People just...
That's usually a sign of a successful Friday.
Means it was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Let's dive in. Stacey,
you want to dive in, Matt?
I'd love to dive in.
Dive in.
It's a great time.
Let's start diving. I'll start right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is actually for Rob. Can I get this?
That's perfect, because he's here.
Okay, so you've been on two TV shows very near and dear to my heart, Burn Notice and Psych. And I was wondering, which cast did you have more fun shooting an episode with?
Well,
tough question. That's a tough
painting you
question.
into a corner here.
You have great projection, sir.
Is that Tim Amundsen? Was it Tim Amundsen? I actually met Tim Amundsen in person doing Psych. So that, that was, we knew of each other. We had the same agent at the time. And so it was fun to work with him and be there with him and meet him for the first time. That's something you never forget.
But I recall you going on and on and on about the Burn Notice cast and how much cooler it was than the Psych cast.
I have to say, and I can't compare the cast. Both casts are great and a lot of fun. I had a great time shooting Burn Notice. It was a bigger role. There was just more to do. So I was in Miami for 2 weeks and
Everyone's hometown.
yeah, it was a blast. Both of them had their. How's that for political answer? They were both great. I had a great time on both shows. But yeah, my part on Burn Notice was a little. I had more to chew into. So.
I feel like we should start lying more in the answers to make more controversy in our Q&As. Go ahead, Rob.
I can't do it. I can't go there. I love them both. I love Tim Amundsen.
You're gonna knock your trailer. Robert! Greetings! I'm Tim. I'll be doing the scene with you. We shall be best friends today together in the scene.
But the funny thing was,
You and I.
when I met him, I was saying to Rich, I was like, the beard and the hair so fit that character. When I met him, he was clean shaven, short hair, and I was like, would not be in my invitation when I first met him.
Yeah, but that's not, because Rob was asking me, he's like, Tim. So this is a big personality, big presentation guy.
Was he always that way?
He was all that way. I said, the Tim that you guys know from Gallivant and Supernatural is the Tim I went to college with. Tim acting is being the clean-cut guy last in sight.
Yeah.
That's, Tim playing royalty was Tim when we were 19. I see you're a freshman. Welcome to school. I shall be playing the leads. And you shall be a spearhead. Now, lead. That's how I met him. Tim had facial hair at a point in time in our lives when nobody else had facial hair at all. He was the first guy to have anything be shaved into anything. And so he always had a pointy, jet black devil beard. Not with the side, not the full thing, it's a goatee, I should say, like the full-on goatee. And that was the thing that was mesmerizing, because Tim was a year ahead of me. And all the freshmen came in and were like, that dude's got facial hair. I don't know if it's gonna grow anyway.
Did he have a mustache?
Oh, the whole thing. I mean,
I thought it was just sort of a...
no, man, he looked like, this sort of 1920s magician. Pointy black beard. And he really was like, big eyebrows, floppy black hair. Is that your girlfriend? Not for long. Come here, young lady. I apologize.
keep on diving into questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Hello.
Hi.
This question is for my DC stalker, Matt.
Yeah!
How
Hi!
are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good. I was wondering if perhaps you had a no-shirt clause in your contract. Because
a good
I've
question.
seen a lot of things.
Wow, these people love contract addendums. Really got fired up.
Those people are all my lawyers. What do you mean in what contract? In the contract for creation? Or
Just your acting contracts.
all my acting contracts have clauses that I have to be shirtless in them.
Yeah.
The first show I ever did, the show South of Nowhere, this teen show years ago, after the first season, it was in so many words contracted that I was to be shirtless in every episode. True story. True story, that was part of it.
Have you been shirtless on the soap yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just recently, this is the biggest spoiler ever. Don't lose, no, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I want to say it so
That was
bad.
Just to spoil the spoiler.
Yeah, that was
Let's spoil the spoiler by, I won't be saying that I'll be doing this, but let's just say every year, is there anybody that's familiar with General Hospital here? Does anybody know, and I know very vaguely what the General Hospital Nurses Ball is? Let's just say Magic Mike ain't got shit on Magic Matt. And I am thoroughly embarrassed about what I'm about to do on television. I got the phone call yesterday and it said don't drink beer or eat chips until after the next 3 weeks pass. And I was like, well, how much of myself may be on television? And they were like, we're gonna need to cover your leg tattoo.
I mean, the one that starts right here?
Yes.
Are they gonna see your bottom? Are you showing full bottom? Can they show full bottom?
I'm not sure what daytime's allowed to show, but
I think it's.
I like Rob saying, are they? Royal.
I've seen his bottom.
Rob has seen all sorts of things of mine. Go Kings of Con, ladies and gentlemen. Have you heard the great news about Kings of Con? It is more than a big deal. Kings of Con represent.
It is true that any talk of Matthew totally naked naturally segues into Kings of Con because of your unwavering support of our project by running naked through the streets.
It was a beautiful thing.
And I would just like to state here if there are any law enforcement people that I wasn't fully indecent and that maybe that wasn't a real video and it was some CGI.
Looked real to me when we shot it.
Right, yeah, it looked real. Just if anybody from ABC is here, I wasn't naked.
Yeah, except he was naked.
In your mind.
I know you did. You're clever. You put this really fake penis over your penis.
Right.
You felt more comfortable that way.
Right.
It did look unusually long.
Well, I didn't see this before now.
I said to myself, that can't be real.
Wow.
You don't see a lot of guys frontal, you know what I mean?
I feel like it's time to segue out of this one.
Oh, really?
We can get to.
Yeah, so over here.
Keep on diving, guys.
Here we go.
Hi.
Drink that beer. Sounds awesome. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being friendly.
I didn't say anything.
You gave me a look.
Owen!
Where did you start?
You love that question so much, I can't wait to hear your answer about
You
it.
know, one of my favorite places to go is in Rome. Every year we have a convention in Rome, and on Saturday night we have a kind of tradition. We all go to this restaurant, and we have the best. It's the most amazing food.
Seafood, unbelievable.
It's like raw seafood, but it's like unbelievable. Every bite's like, oh my god, what? Like, what did they put in this? Nothing is the answer. It's like nature, and it tastes like heaven. That's my honest answer.
I feel like somewhere in our excursions over the last, many years. She asked about food and drink. There must have been an interesting, Lord knows we've done the homework.
Story?
In the cocktail department, yeah. So like, is there anything, I'm trying to think, is there anything I'm missing in terms of?
Like what?
I don't know. I've never, oh, I got a good one. This is the Comic-Con one from years ago. So Rob and I did
When I was so hungover, I was passed out.
that was good too. Let's do that one too. So Rob and I used to host live coverage from the Comic-Con floor as our alter egos, Codpiece and Danger Bottom. And it was not a hard job. We had like a 2-hour workday. So we would then go out and sample the local establishments. And there was one night where Rob was, like what we like to say in the South, he was overserved. And he called me, he's like, I don't know where I am, Rich. I wandered off, Rich, because we were at a party. I'm like, Rob, where the hell are you? I don't know, Rich.
I was upset about something.
You're PO about whatever, Lord knows, could be anything. And I'm lost, Rich, I don't know where I am, Rich. You gotta get me on, Rich. I'm like, alright, well, just flag a cab, and I got the address where I am to come here. Alright, Rich, hold on, I'm flagging the cab. I'm gonna get the whole play-by-play, because I thought, Rob hangs up the phone, he's just gonna lay down the sidewalk and go to sleep. I need him to stay with me, Robbie, stay with me. So he hails the cab, and I'm in the cab, Rich. Tell him we're going to this address. I'm going to this address. So he arrives, and I said, fine, you get here, we're gonna go back to the hotel. We're done, we're going back to the hotel. Get here, we go right back to the hotel. He arrives, he gets out of the cab. I'm like, where the hell were you? He's like, because he had to type in the address where he had started, he had the address. Like, I was here. I'm like, you were at our hotel. He had walked back to the hotel, forgot to his hotel, took a cab back to me so I could take a cab back to the hotel.
I mean, kudos to me for finding my way home.
Well,
I didn't know it.
that was good. That was also the same.
Well, then the next morning,
Well, the next morning was great.
I was really hungover, of course. I didn't remember that. And we went to the Comic-Con and we started.
Now, how many of you attended or gone to Comic-Con at all? So you can just walking around those halls. It's packed.
It's, this times 20.
And you're just like shoulder to shoulder going from booth to booth and it's all crazy.
Yeah, so we're on camera filming live. And I'm starting to feel woozy.
Now, I don't know this, keep in mind.
And in my mind, I started playing games with myself. I'm going, you're gonna go down. You're gonna go down, you're gonna pass out live TV and all these people. And I have a real strong mind. So I'm believing myself, and I start flop sweating. Like literally, like a hose on my back. I just was, all of a sudden my white shirt was covered. And I'm pale, and I'm like, looking at Rich, going, like, we need to break. And Rich is like, on camera, Rich is like, that was wrong with you.
I'm walking around and I'm going like, and there you can see the Batman booth. They have the Batman costumes from all of them. What the hell happened to you?
Live.
I thought he was so wet. I thought somebody hit him with like a cup of water or a water bottle.
Right before I started filming too, I was like this. And you're like, you coming? I was like, yeah. But he really reads people well. He's like, what the? Someone pour water on you? No, get close up to this. We're still please cut it. What the heck? Did you cut your neck too?
Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah. And then we stopped filming and
We had to go buy you a shirt.
buy me a shirt. And buy me a new shirt, a bottle of water, and I had to have a sit down for just 15 minutes. Oh god. That was back in the beginning. Good time, something to tell the kids,
Good stuff. So we could do this all night. You.
Hi, I think y'all amazing.
Thank you.
Richard, you have a special place in my heart.
Aw.
But my question is actually for Matt.
Of course it is. Thank you.
What is the first thing John did when he saw Mary again, and was he afraid of her when she found out how John raised the boys?
Question.
When specifically are you talking about?
After he dies, and I'm assuming he goes to heaven after he crawls like that.
And that's when he saw Mary again and the afterlife, right?
Yes.
He kissed her passionately with his tongue.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
And then I was like,
I
no.
wasn't scared.
Were you scared?
No, he's made out before, so it was natural.
Good answer.
There's so many women here, don't you know how that goes? I'm so mad at you. That is code for come stick your tongue in my mouth and make out.
Not the women I know.
Note to self, never tell Matt I'm mad at him.
Don't make that mistake.
Richard, are you mad at me? No! Fine.
The funny part about all this is that Rob and I have nearly kissed on stage, like had a couple of drinks and made stupid jokes, like we're gonna kiss on stage, but never do you cross that line with Rich.
Oh, no.
But I assure you, next time he says he's pissed off at me in front of you people, I'm gonna mouth kiss that one. Your little mustache in front of people, and it's gonna be on YouTube.
Richard likes to be kissed and hugged, people. Hug this man.
Then I'm gonna tweet it to your father. And then we're gonna go on a vacation and share a bed together, because that's what friends do.
No vlogging story. It's all done, Mike.
What, are you mad at me?
I don't. I think the way to reach my father is not through Twitter. I don't think Nick's gonna find that one.
I don't like your tone. You seem a little pissed off right now. Okay.
This is great. I'm gonna use that. Because he's mad at me all the
Because
time.
Rob and I, we share a bed, we tie each other's shoes, we file each other's nails. Not Rich. Rich, no love with Rich here. No, no.
Do I look like an evil clown? Because I feel like one.
I don't like your tie, Rich. Does that make you angry? Okay. Are you sure?
Okay. Hi.
Mouth kissing.
Hug and kiss this.
This man needs a hug, ladies and gentlemen. Get up on that.
What's one of the craziest things you've ever done?
Craziest thing we've ever done.
Threatened to mouth kiss Rich's
I
mustache.
jaywalked one time in the street, right across the street, no crosswalk. Boom, I did it.
Some of the craziest things I've done have probably been with the two of you. I mean, we've done pretty crazy. Some of the crazy things.
Remember that time I ate that whole thing of ranch french fries? Woo!
That was crazy. Craziest thing we've ever done, or I've ever done.
I do think that at some point Matt and I took common sense and logic and filed it away in exchange for building what is now a very successful karaoke party. But it didn't start out successful.
It didn't. Very dangerous.
And there were things that we would do to try to gin up interest in the whole thing. I know there's pictures of you and me as a pea pod and a carrot floating around out there that we took in the city streets.
Yes. I'm jumping off stairs.
Yeah, we're like in front of a church.
In the middle of the day.
What was the joke?
Yeah, it was no joke. We sort of had to do a theme before we had well thought out themes.
Was your theme legumes?
The theme was it was healthy colon health, and so we wanted it was something about
It was the Dick and Matt karaoke experience used to be called the vegetarian karaoke experience.
Now it's different.
Now it's pescatarian. We've expanded.
There was a time in the beginning where we finally got people out of their chairs, right? And they would stand up here, and then I believe Chad Lindbergh, myself, and Sebastian were like, oh, we should now stage dive and crawl across these people and surf all the way to the back. And then I got to the back, and it was like so rock and roll, feeling like, I was like, all these people! And I got to the back, and I started picking up chairs and throwing them. And I was sober on that occasion. I really was. And I thought, this will get the people pumped up, and no. And then I like looked over, and Adam and Stephanie were like, you're fired. And I quickly was putting chairs back. And feeling like I shouldn't do that again.
Yeah, except you did that during Mama's Jam at some.
Oh yeah. One time there was where we were. There was like a styrofoam.
Yes.
Styrofoam like gravestone. Like it was like a Halloween show or something, and I was like, oh, I should throw this, and I went to just throw it a little bit, and it went like 40 feet.
Everyone's ducking.
And like literally almost took somebody out. So needless to say, there would be no throwing of things besides the saliva off Rich's mustache from my wet kiss.
That's what they call it.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hi, my question's for Matt.
I'm so pumped.
I love this. I like this.
Very Matthew-centric, this one.
Yeah, this is great. Hi, I'd love to answer your question.
So in your first episode, there was that older gentleman talking to you before, Dean came into the picture, and he said, say hi to your old man, and you said, will do. But at that point, your old man was not around, so I was wondering if you thought that, John had like a second father figure that he looked up to, kind of like the boys and Bobby?
I love when people ask Matt hypothetical questions about John.
You're asking if John had a second father figure.
If you think so, yeah, because like Henry was not there at that point.
Gil McKinney, ironically, was his.
Gil?
About Deep Boop.
Yeah, it's Bippity Bop Beep Boop. And
No, who would it be?
a second father figure.
This guy named Dave, lived down the street.
Dave. He was so great.
Baseball catcher in the front yard, Dave.
Worked at the bait shop, took him fishing.
If I could just pick a father figure, I would pick what's my favorite imaginary guy from your episode?
Sully?
Sully. I feel like there couldn't be a more heartfelt. Like honestly, I truly mean that. I think like he's got the right thing going on. He's got a lot of heart. That one.
Well, if your son, that was
The rest of the guys on Supernatural absolutely heartless. So.
Thank you very much.
I picked Crowley, but that's just like the worst idea ever.
Matt's just going to answer while she keeps walking to her chair. And another thought.
he's following.
Hi, my question's for Richard.
Oh, hey, somebody wake me up.
What was it like to work on Jericho?
Jericho was an awesome show. It was really cool. A great experience. Really good show. I wish it had lasted longer, which is obviously we all want our jobs to last longer, but I genuinely liked that program. I thought it was well done. It's also, it was the professional writing debut of a young Robbie Thompson. Tim and I have known each other a million years, but it was the first time Tim Amundsen and I had been on the same show. That was really cool. It was co-created by another college buddy of mine named Steve Chbosky. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, if you've seen the movie or read the book, Perks of Being a Wallflower, he wrote the novel, he wrote the movie, and he directed the movie. Very talented guy, USC guy. And he co-created that series. So, and I knew Robbie Thompson went back when we were 20 as well. So I've known Robbie forever, Tim forever, Steve forever. So it was really, really, really fun in terms of, it was the first time I'd ever done a job with friends. That doesn't work, that's not good. I don't know what we're doing. It's the first time I'd ever done a job with people I knew previously, and that was really cool. I just thought it was an awesome cast, awesome experience, and I wish we got to do more. The fun, it's also the only acting job I've ever had where I could carpool to work, because the guy who played the other deputy was an actor named Bob Stevenson, and Bob is a fantastic actor who also lived 2 blocks from me. So Bob and I we were in every scene together pretty much, and we would carpool to work, which people thought was somewhere between hilarious and weird, but the guys who were in the scenes together also carpooled together, and it was awesome. Great experience. Glad you liked it. Thank you. I mean, I assume you liked it. You didn't say you liked it, but I'm going to go on the web and say, I hope you liked it. All right, you.
Hi, I'm Jade.
Hi.
My question is for Richard. Okay, so what is the funniest cast experience you've ever had? Also, I love you so much. So much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Alright.
What is the funniest cast experience?
Yes.
With Jared Jensen and these guys?
I mean, I'm not asking about Jared Jensen specific, but if that's the funniest one.
All your work.
There was a play I did in 1982. And there was a man who played Uncle Vanya. His name was Carl. And he had a great, okay, I'll talk about Supernatural. Funny is a relative term because things happen, and typically in our sort of very guy-centric locker room world that we live in on this tour, the guy, you know, keep in mind that Jared and Jensen have the sense of humor of low-functioning 14-year-olds. So the jokes that are coming your way, the hilarity is usually incredibly painful or somehow life-ruining.
Or smelling.
And they think it's hilarious. And I tell this story sometimes. It was the first and only time I've left my cell phone in the green room. And in a matter of seconds, it was Jared, Misha, and Jensen in the green room. I left, and I made the mistake of thinking that they were adults and professionals. That was okay. That's okay. So then when I left my phone in there and I came back, first thing I noticed was a string of texts from my wife saying, "Who's Monica?" Who's Monica? Scroll, scroll, scroll. They had just started texting my wife like I was texting another woman, telling her I couldn't hang out with her because I had to go home to my wife. Sorry, you know what? Cancel the dinner plans. I'm so sorry. We got to spend one night together, but I got to go home. So we'll meet the next city. And I'm like, oh my God!
It's so good because no matter how much you say, it was a joke, you guys were joking. I'm sure they were joking.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way to explain yourself out of that. Because what giant a-holes would do that to a guy? No one would believe it. So, there was that, and then they had, when my wife called me to discuss said incident, the picture that popped up was none of my wife. It was Jared assuming a position that only a yogi master should be able to get into. With his face contorted in a, I don't know if it's pleasure or pain, I don't know what's going on. Looking right in the lens. By the way, not a selfie, which means somebody else took it. Couldn't do it. There's no way to do a selfie because the hands were busy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what came up with my wife. And I started scrolling through and realizing they had replaced all my profile photos with either Misha's ass crack or Jensen's crotch. And I'm scrolling through going, guys, what did you do? Why did you do it? And they literally looked at me, Jerry looked at me and goes like, dude, you left your phone in the green room. Clearly your fault. And I literally had that moment going, yeah, okay. This is on me. It was when we were backstage and I was lamenting this thing that they had done. I was like, I can't believe what they had done. How horrible. That Misha came to me and said, listen, man, we messed with your phone. And you think you've found everything. You haven't. Do yourself a favor and don't send any emails until you check your signature. Send from an iPhone or whatever it usually says. I scrambled for the phone, went to the page where it has the signature, looked it up, and it said, I'm not going to tell you what it said, but I gotta tell you what, it is so jarringly offensive. I was like, and that was the last time I ever trusted them. But I will say this. That photo of Jared, still the icon for my wife. Really, truly. Never took it down. Yeah. Because it makes me laugh. That way, I always answer my wife's calls in a good mood. I got this picture of Jared. Hey, sweetie. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is for both of you. about doing these conventions?
For me, it's the drugs, boys. Robbie's trying to find one thing he likes about doing this convention.
I was trying to think of something I enjoyed more than the drugs. The Saturday night special for me is a truly great. It's become a real spiritual experience. I love it. I love the connection that I get to have with you guys, and that's become probably my favorite part. And I get to hang out with these guys who are my best buddies, you know, and the rest of the gang too.
So I just, in an effort to outdo my favorite thing about this, are you people. Just you people.
Nice recovery.
F the music.
I just screw this Saturday night.
I'll give you a legit answer. My favorite thing that this is not new, but newer, that didn't exist when we started these things. I love coming out with the band around in the morning and winging it for our openings, for Friday and Saturday especially, because we never know what we're going to do, and so we make it up, and because we make it up, we sink or swim on each other's ability to follow what we're doing, including the band. The band is incredibly, not only great musicians, they are sharp minds, they're funny guys, they're quick, they're locked in, they're very talented performers across the board. So it's awesome to come out here and do basically what is improv theater at a high level in front of 2,000 people, 2 weekends a month. It's a great exercise for us. We love it. We end up getting on stage and laughing hilariously, either at things that went right or things that went horribly, horribly wrong. And I'm telling you, some of these things that seem like planned bits, they never are, so we come off, and Rob be like, you started at church? I'm like, so, like, what, the Musk? Like, like all the stuff we just come up with on the fly on stage.
You were giving me things to do with my shaker.
Oh, the things to do with your shaker.
And he was giving me like random Seattle-based bands that you couldn't possibly do a thing for. You know,
you're great at it, man. Like,
what did you do? Screaming Trees? Or you just
Screaming Trees. You did that. You nailed it. So that's my thing. And that's, to me, I consider that very interactive. It's very, this is much. Right now, we're answering questions and this kind of thing, and not being our personas. But essentially, we have these sort of stage personas. When we come out here, we do interactive improv theater, every morning. And to me, that's just super fun. So
I think the hard thing is finding something we don't like in this thing. We like hanging out with each other. We love hanging out with you guys. Putting on the Saturday night special is a blast. The whole improv stuff, like you guys are talking about, the music aspect, I mean, it's a damn good time. We've been doing it for 1,000 years now, so let's keep on going. I mean, it's great. We wouldn't be here if we didn't enjoy you people, so thank you.
Yeah, and you know what? To that point, man, it's been great when you have people like Adam and Gary and Stephanie who let us build it the way we want to build it and work with us to create this kind of con that doesn't look, feel, or seem like other conventions. That's fun for us. We make this fun for us. We hope that makes it fun for you. So that's why, that's the great. Liz, I'm not answering your questions, Liz. You work backstage.
Hi. My question is for Matt.
I do.
Great. This is the biggest ever.
That's your day.
Four questions in one convention.
It's a haircut.
Just as, you know what, I'm going to take this moment, I want to thank you for asking this question.
I want to start by saying John is my favorite character on the show.
Boom! Rich, you hear that? I didn't.
Who's your favorite character?
John Winchester.
Not no pops and bings in here.
Don't worry, I'll tell you later when I'm mouth kissing your face. Go ahead with your lovely, lovely question about your favorite character, John Winchester.
How did you prepare for the role of John, given that he has a very built future, but a not very built past?
Well, you know what I did? I started by building a past. I started with one brick at a time because you don't build a wall in a day. For great past histories, you lay one brick at a time and then finally you have a past wall, and it's, it happens when you need a film. Is that an answer? Thank you. Perfect. It was a great question.
You.
My
Richard.
All right.
I wanted to know your version of the train story. I've heard Jared's version of
The train story. That's a long story. I'm going to do the Cliff Note version of that. Quick version of the story. Jared and his wife and I were going on a train in Europe. We got on the train. Jared left one of the bags on the platform that belongs to his wife. He panicked. And we got to the door to get the bag off the platform, but the train started moving. We didn't get the train stopped. There goes the bag. We moved. There's the bag. He panicked. Oh, we're going. He looks at me. He goes, Rich, we got to find somebody to stop the train. I said, okay, I'll go this way. You go that way. We're running each way. We come back, meet in the middle. We realize no one's driving the train. So in a panic mode, I look at the thing and I say, well, this says in case of emergency, break glass, but there's not really an emergency. He's like, oh, bash. And he breaks it, he pulls the lever, and the entire train goes, and everybody leans backwards, the glasses fall, and the whole thing goes to emergency stop. Armed officers run up to us and say, what is the emergency? Where's the person having the heart attack? Who dropped the weapon on the train? What's going on? And he said, I left my bag on the platform. Jim Padalecki has wisely opened the book and is gone. See that? Not a part of this. And by the way, ditto for this guy. I'm like, hey, enjoy the show, darn. I'm going to sit down and pretend I don't know you. They ended up finding him and got the quick person. They got the bag back to him and all this good stuff. But the best part of the story was we came back and we were retelling the story in the green room in England. The whole thing, and he was like, yeah, and it stopped that train. And Mark Shepard goes, you bloody idiot, you're the reason why I missed my plane. Why did you miss your plane? You didn't stop your train, you pulled that lever, you stopped every bloody train in Northern Europe. Because obviously when one train stops, they all have to stop. So Jared, because he didn't want to leave the Toomey on the platform, ruined vacations for European families from Italy to Germany.
But his beanies were in there, all of them.
The best part of that story would have been like, that's my bag. Oh no, we got my bag. I'm good. Never mind. My bad. Thank you. That's a quick version. All right, you.
Hi, my question is for Rob.
Robbie, wakey.
So in the end of season 7, you meet Kevin, and Kevin is a prophet. And as they've said, you can't have one prophet if another prophet is alive. So we all assume, Chuck is gone. And in the 200th episode, he comes back, says not bad, and that's all we see for like a season. And I've read stuff about Chuck being God and all that stuff. I was wondering if there's anything you can tell us without getting fired.
Can I ask one question to the audience, Robbie, before we get into it? How many people in this audience think Chuck is God? You see, I don't. I'm not good at
Just hopefully by the end of this season, your question will be more. It answers a lot of questions, But it's I say that it's confusing. It is confusing. I get it. And I can't say a lot right now, but I'll say that I appreciate you. I appreciate your question.
I feel like I just watched Rob tell his kids about sex. But you're great. I love you. You're children.
I love
Are you guys excited to see what's gonna happen?
It's not a secret that
Tell us shit. I'm so excited to see what happens.
all I can say is, that, I'm back and shot some stuff for the show, and I can't wait for you to see that. And then let's talk. Una más.
Hi guys, my question is actually for Rob.
Robbie.
I asked this question to Jason Jason yesterday, he said I had to ask you,
Okay.
where did the name The Station Breaks come from?
The Station Breaks, yes, the Station Breaks is sort of a sort of side project that Billy and I are doing with Jason, and kind of combining some of our music with his music to a new form of music, give birth to a new form of music. Anyway, we decided Station Breaks because, well, Station Breaks used to be on the radio. You go up, we pause for a station break. And I like the idea, first of all, it has a radio vibe to it, but I like also that it's like, it's a break from what we normally do. It's sort of a side project band. It's a break from what our normal, job is, me and Billy playing a lot of swing. And also there's a train element that we kind of liked about it too, like a train station. That was in it, I think, a little bit. Did I get that right?
It's very good. It's very good.
Thanks, Billy. Yeah, that's it. Is that okay? Yeah.
It's your answer. How could I know? We're speaking of one last one, you.
First, Matt, I'm absolutely furious with you, so you need to come deal with that.
All right.
If you had a mustache.
By the way, you're a teacher, right?
I am a teacher, yeah.
So all the kids will see that the teacher just hit on Matt Cohen when they watch
You know,
the video.
if you need to come teach me a lesson, Richard, I'd be happy.
Rich. Whoa! Well, you need simple help with her math. Oh, God. Come on, man.
Rich, how pissed off does that make you?
Not at all. All right, question.
Damn it. You guys are awesome musicians, so besides the other people with you on the stage, who are your favorite artists to listen to?
My favorite band of all time is R.E.M.
I like them a lot. I like Pearl Jam.
How's it going? I have to just kind of segue off this a little bit. I did an interview, and I wanted to tell you this week. I did an interview for some soap opera thing, and they said, your dream concert. And I said, Loud and Swing at the Hollywood Bowl.
Shut your mouth! That's awesome!
You know, it's great. I meant it. Like, I could just, every time I've been in the Hollywood Bowl, I think it's such an iconic, it's everything about it. And just to see my boys, my brothers right here and there would be just, it's gonna happen.